Tuska, warrior, and Lusa, black, which would of course be warrior black, but by inversion into English, black warrior. And here we have the first mention in any history of the name Tuscaloosa, as it is also the first name of any note or prominence that can appear in any history of the United States. This was the name of the chieftain as well as of his kingdom. He was represented as the most powerful of all the Caciques of this country. His fame reached DeSoto long before he approached his dominions, which included immense regions west and south of Coosa. The ambassador was the son of the Cacique and came attended by a large train of warriors. He was noble and imposing appearance, taller than any Spaniard or Indian in the army, as asymmetrical and graceful as Apollo, and of proud and princely demeanor. His mission was one of peace, and he invited DeSoto.
The better to see them, he was surrounded by 100 of his principal subjects, all standing while he was seated upon a wooden chair, about 2 feet high, without back or arms, and all of one piece. Near to his chair there was an Indian with an ensign of chamois skin traversed by 3 azure bars of the shape of a cavalry ensign. Our people were surprised at it, for they had not yet seen flags among the Indians. Do you guys hear that? They saw a flag, like a cavalry flag. The Indian who was standing next to Chief Tuscaloosa had it on.
Chief Tuscaloosa also encountered Hernando de Soto. Hernando de Soto was a Spanish explorer, Spanish conquistador. He liked to kill Indians. He liked to enslave them. He liked to enslave the royalty and pillage things. And he did it with a smile on his face and a Bible in his hand. And he really came here to pacify and conquer. He was the first person to celebrate Christmas over here in the Southeast. So Chief Tuscaloosa and Hernando de Soto actually did end up battling in the Battle of Mobilia down near Mobile area. And Chief Tuscaloosa did lose that, but it was one of the bloodiest wars, bloodiest Indian wars that have been documented.
Tuscaloosa, I demand to speak with you.
Soto, Chimon Lachkia.
What's he saying?
He says he will not come. That he will have nothing further to do with you.
No, do not draw your swords.
This is it. He says, who are we to give orders to Tuscaloosa? We are thieves and tyrants, and it is only right that we die today.
Infidel! To the horses! Fools! Get back, man! Get back!
They're killing the horses! They've taken the provisions! They've got everything!
Leave them! We'll bring the troops back in! We've got to get out! Go!
The Indians were driven back to their stockade, only to emerge again with even greater ferocity. The battle raged for hours, with slaughter on both sides. But as they had no defensive armor, the Indians took the greater losses. Their blood filled the ponds where the Spaniards stopped to drink.
They've retreated to the stockade, Don Hernando.
Take access to the walls. Get our people out that are still inside. Then set the town afire.
The provisions, Don Hernando. They're inside the wall.
Set the town afire!
Tuscaloosa! Tuscaloosa!
As the town fell into ashes, the last Indian warriors killed themselves rather than fall into our hands. The fire we had set had burned most of the pearls we still had with us, all clothes and ornaments, the sacramental cups, wafers, and wine for saying Mass, all medicines, and many weapons which had been packed away. Over 2,000 Indians had died at Mabila. Only 18 Christians, though there was not a single man who had not been wounded. That night, a pall descended on the battlefield. Death was in the air.
The vision of Isaiah the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.